reflecting on their high school experience. I've been sitting here for 3 minutes trying to think of an intro. I think I'll start it off like this. I want to ask myself 4 years from now how everything's going. I wrote what I wanted to become and my goals, and I asked my future self who I am. I did things that freshman me and even like last year me would only dream of. I would be lying if I said that I wasn't so depresso espresso anymore. I still am, but it's not as bad as before. Am I gonna be bad at video making in the beginning or not as good as I want it to be? Of course. I just want to talk about just how everything has an ending. Happy New Year. I know it's January 15th. By the time I'm recording this video, it's probably gonna be January 16th when you watch it. I know it's a little late for a New Year's video, but better late than never. And yeah, congratulations for making it into 2024. You know, 2025 is closer than 2020 is. That's crazy to think about. And 2014 was 10 years ago, by the way. I would have been around 8 or 9. That feels like a lifetime ago. Frankly, that's more than half my life, so that's probably why. And I can't believe it. Before diving into the new year though, on my part at least, I want to get some of the old stuff out first and just evaluate how 2023 went. It was a year of ups and downs. Believe it or not, I have not had a year like that. Like, truly a year with equal ups and downs. It's either been one way, or it's either been so mundane that I do not remember it at all. And it was a new experience that made a mark on me. And I appreciate that. If you also follow the timeline of my channel from when it started, you could see how my behavior was in my positivity and my skill level as well when making these videos, and just go slowly down, and now it's starting to slowly come back up again. It was an experience, 2023. You know, I'm thankful for the people I had met. I'm thankful for the people I had loved, who loved me, who supported me, who are still supporting me. And I just want to take all those things with me into this new year and purge all that other stuff out. Basically, you know, taking things that benefit me, of course, and make me a better person, and leaving off the old stuff. However, that is easier said than done. A lot of people don't quite fulfill those New Year's resolutions, and I haven't actually made one at all in my entire life now that I think about it. Maybe I have, maybe a small one. I just brushed off to the side though right away. And after that, I just stopped trying to make one. However, this year I want to make some resolutions and have a hopeful view on them. Of course, making consistent effort, but also with hope this time rather than just giving up on them or the notion of them in the first place. The first resolution, the first thing that I'm going to work towards in 2024 is engaging with my channel more, engaging with you guys more, the audience more, because I'm not used to this whole responding to comments thing. I try to do it to the best of my ability. I have a story to tell actually, and that's one comment which I haven't responded to at all in one of my older videos, because I didn't see it until like 2 weeks later, and then I kind of psyched myself out. Like, maybe I should respond to them, but it would be kind of awkward because it's too late, and now I've just put it off and I haven't responded to them ever since. That'd be kind of awkward to respond a month later in my head, so yeah, sorry about that. If you're watching this, you can comment right now. I'll definitely respond this time. The reason this happened is because I'm not used to responding to comments. Since I am on my personal account, the account I have before this, like you make at 12 years old or something, so you can, I don't know, subscribe to your favorite creators, whatever, so you just don't have your mom's account or your parents' account. So I was on that, and I'm just used to being on that instead of this account. So that's the reason why. Nonetheless, doesn't matter. I do want to try and maintain this YouTube channel a lot better than I had last year. In theory, it should be easy because the steps to it are not that challenging. I literally have to be on the account, have notifications on, or just check my email. It's pretty easy, but still an adjustment period. It's very reasonable, a very easy resolution actually, in theory, and that's something I still want to achieve though. So that's the first one. The second one is a very common one. It's exercising, not just for aesthetics, but also for my health. They say health is wealth, and I typically agree. Of course I agree. Health is wealth. Improves brain function, mood, all this other stuff that I'm pretty sure I benefit from. So it's just a no-brainer to try and take care of myself that way. If I'm taking care of my mind, exercise has to be part of it. Even though the steps are easy, the difference between this resolution and the first resolution is that it's harder to be consistent with, at least for me and for a lot of people. YouTube notifications, you know, I can check my email right there. I get a notification with an email. Gym, I could set a timer and stuff, but I would have to actually go to my space and do that. And I have a home setup, right? It should again be theoretically easy, but still it's very hard when you're on your phone and just like, maybe tomorrow, maybe not. So I am going to focus on consistency. I'll also focus on changing my identity as a person who wants to exercise to a person who exercises. It's in a book that I read, and a famous book at that one. It's Atomic Habits. Let me see if I can get it for you guys. Atomic Habits by James Clear, very popular book. And what I'm referring to from this book is changing your identity and aligning yourself with the kind of person you want to be. You know, like in the book, he uses a smoking example. You're a person who doesn't smoke rather than a person who wants to quit smoking. I hope I said that slow enough or said that clearly enough, because that's the only way my brain can organize the information. But very good read if you haven't read it already. I bet tons of people have recommended it to the viewer, but it's for a good reason. The third one is being nicer to people. Maybe it surprises you, maybe it doesn't, but I want to act nicer towards people, not be as outspoken or very blunt. I never noticed it until I started to become more, well, outspoken, like I just said, but like just out of my shell more. And so it's a side of me that's hasn't seen the light of day, and through that exposure, it gets a little untamed, and I have to kind of reel it back in. You know, I want to try to find a balance of my behaviors between how I want to say things and how I should say things. It's more or less being very good at code switching. It doesn't necessarily mean you change as a person, you just change how you present yourself. And so how I say hi to somebody, how I greet them, how I talk to them, all that sort of thing. I noticed that it was something I wanted to work on, and it arose when I was talking to my friends, you know? And if you do become a good friend of mine, you will notice I am kind of an asshole, and for more crude terminology, I'm busting your balls a lot. And if I don't do that, then either I know your limits or we're not that close. So it became a problem when I excessively did it too, or if it seeped out into a different area of my life, which is not something I want to do. It's not something I want to bring into these videos necessarily, or at least for these types of videos. I might have a second channel or other videos that will set the tone very early on, but I want to work on that. I want to be a nicer person, not necessarily a kinder person, even though that's a great thing, but a nicer person in the way I present myself. 3 resolutions which I think are very reasonable. When a lot of people do these things, they're usually reasonable, but the way they approach them is kind of unreasonable. Maybe they have a big spurt of that energy, and when that runs out, that nothing else happens after that, right? So just approaching your resolutions in a consistent manner, you know, making effort consistently, is going to bring you long-term success rather than short-term benchmarks. So that's something that I'm learning, and it's worked so far, especially with this YouTube channel. Thanks for the 500 views. I'm going to address it in a future video, but for now, this is my New Year's resolutions video. That's a lot of video. I hope everybody achieves what they want to, and I'm going to be supporting you. Hopefully you support me in any way that I can, whether it's making more videos, you commenting, I respond, vice versa if you have a YouTube channel, right? So thank you, and once again, Happy New Year. We made it. Goodbye. New Year's. Glasses transition end out. Yeah? No? Okay. Bye.